sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to go to Reaver.one and click the shop button. You can get some kick-ass t-shirt. You can get a nice Reaver of Common Sense t-shirt. So I'm going to jump kind of right into it today. I don't have everything in front of me. The school district, to try and save money, their big idea is to change the bell schedule. What they're proposing, and it'll pass because it's their idea, they're going to pass it, which would put middle schoolers going in 9:30 in the morning and not getting out till 4:30 at night from school. I find it unacceptable. So my daughter won't get home until after 5 o'clock. Homework's usually an hour or two. There's 7 o'clock. Dinner, 7:38. Half hour of rest before bed. Yeah. I won't put her on the busing system either, so that means I'm going to have to drive in rush hour traffic at the beginning of it. This is a joke idea. How to piss off parents idea. And the school bus systems here in Hillsborough County, Florida, I wouldn't put my worst enemy on those buses, I should say. They don't teach the drivers the laws. They push the drivers to break laws. The drivers are not trained properly. They have no control over what's going on inside those buses. I would not put my worst enemy on one of those buses. And that's what this, I don't even know what kind of idea this is. I know nationally you guys probably don't care about this, but this is... I think it's one of the biggest idiotic ideas to come out of Hillsborough County. And they've had some doozies come out of Hillsborough County. Let me see if I got the times right. Pulling up the article. Supposedly this will save $2.5 million from the transportation budget. And what it is they cannot hire enough drivers. They can't hire enough drivers, so What do they do instead of hiring drivers and maybe paying them a little bit better is we're going to screw the parents over. It's weird. Now I'm looking at another schedule, and it has the exact opposite. Oh, my God. I don't think anybody knows what they're doing. That's on the Hillsborough County School. Website. Hang on. Yeah, it wouldn't affect my daughter's school technically, so. But still, I don't like the idea. I'm not going to back down. Just because it doesn't affect me doesn't mean that it's something I shouldn't care about. They're expanding today, which is okay. Whatever. 20 minutes. Yeah, they're expanding it by 20 minutes. Which isn't that bad. I'm not complaining about that, but that 4 o'clock, heck with that. I know if I was a student, I would not want that. Now, let's get on to something else. I'm still laughing at this fascist shit there. Now they're going after Le Pen, the candidate for France, that she's fascist. So anything they don't like is fascist as they use fascist tactics. That's the funny part. Michael Moore's running his mouth again. Surprise, surprise. Trump is using very desperate working class people as his props. And what the hell does the Democrat do? They use them at prop. That's what Hillary was doing. She didn't give a rat's ass about me or you, but she was using us as props. It's, get a life, moron. Huh. As of right now, Ted Cruz for re-election for a Senate seat in Texas is trailing in the polls. He hurt his image more than anything with the stunts he pulled during when he was a candidate. After he hurt himself too bad. I know you have the diehard Cruz supporters, and they think he didn't hurt. Prior to him running and the tactics that started to go on, I was a supporter of Ted Cruz. I think that run for president showed his true colors. It's not that I don't want him reelected, but I'm not exactly a supporter of his, and I truly think he hurt himself with all that bullshit that went on. He seemed like he was more upset and acting like a just a sore loser. And that's what he acted like to me. Oh, it's funny now. I'm seeing a lot of articles on ESPN and all these other sports places that are now telling their commentators to stick to sports. When I watch sports, whether it's hockey, football, baseball, I watch for the game. I don't watch for political commentary. I don't watch because I want to know whatever. Alyssa Milano, Georgia's special election made me want to puke. Oh, the Hollywood elite are getting upset they're not being listened to. The connections between Google and the Democrat Party run deep. Oh, man. All right, we're going to take a little bit of early break today. A little bit of extended break. I got to get something done. And you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. And we will be right back.
like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Now there's a look in your eyes, like black holes in the sky. Shine on, you crazy diamond. You were caught in the crossfire of childhood stardom, blown on the steel breeze. Come on, you target for faraway laughter. Come on, you stranger, you legend, you martyr, and shine. You reached for the secret too soon.
Sacraments Radio Show.
You
Every
cried
Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enough of that quiet shit. All right. So, a couple of shocking facts about our border. It is common for bodies of dead migrants to be found after starvation exposure to heat on U.S. soil. After illegal immigrants get past the river or fence, they still have to clear a secondary checkpoint by U.S. Border Patrol. Those checkpoints are routinely set up between 60 to 80 miles north of the border. That harsh trek, in addition to the extreme weather in Texas and Arizona, often leads to fatal consequences, where human smugglers often leave behind those who are not able to keep up with the pace. Unfortunately, the remoteness of those areas often leaves families searching for answers, since many of the heavily decomposed bodies found in those areas remain unidentified. But you know, who cares? As long as we have an open border, that's all they care about. That's all they want, open borders. The entire border is broken down into region or turfs controlled by Mexican narco cartels. Mexican cartels fight for the lucrative corridors into the U.S., and the turf they win extends deep into both countries. The DEA's map gives a general overview of which region-specific group controls, and the United States can be seen broken up into Mexican cartel turfs. From Tijuana cartel south of San Diego, all the way to Gulf cartel south of Texas, along the Gulf of Mexico, each region is controlled by organized crime factions operating under the banner of a Mexican cartel. But hey, as long as we have that open borders, you know, as long as we have those open borders, that's all that matters. Anybody else getting tired of this bullshit? And that's what it is. Bullshit. Would not be surprised. Well, we'll get into that later. One U.S. border section, Tuscan, has Mexican cartels scouting deep within the U.S. territory. Wrong mouse. That is keeping that's keeping Americans not safe. By keeping this border open, politicians are shirking their duties to keep Americans safe. Plain and simple. Hang on. Oh, man. Big sneeze. Oh, that was a big boy sneeze. U.S. law enforcement along the border are often afraid to be targeted by Mexican cartels. Despite living in the U.S., federal agents do not want to be singled out by the Mexican drug cartel that they are fighting. Once they are singled out, cartel members are able to extract their revenge through various means. In 2016, a woman was arrested for falsely claiming that a particular U.S. DEA agent was receiving cartel bribes. The later woman recanted her story. In a similar fashion, in 2014, Mexican cartels burned down the house of an investigator with the Starr County High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Task Force. According to statements made by the Starr County District Attorney, the arson was retribution for a series of drug busts made by the task force itself. U.S. gang act as enforcers and smugglers for Mexican cartels. This occurs along the border and as far north as Minnesota. Guess my wife's bored at work. I'm not used to this. All right, let me get my phone plugged in. The only reason why I went to Apple was I heard the batteries were better. Yeah, I was mistaken. Um, I can't understand the logic behind leaving an open border. Who's getting paid and for what? I mean, there's no reason to have open borders. No reason. We are a country. We have a right to our borders. I can't stress it enough how this affects my willingness and who to vote for. I am against open borders. I'm against this social construct of what's offensive, what's not offensive on what I'm going to vote for or who I should vote for. I don't take that shit. I find it a huge joke when I see politicians doing that. Our borders have been open for way too long. We've allowed some very bad people to come into this country that should never be allowed. The longer we leave these borders open, the worse it's going to get. And it's amazing how the Democrats don't give a rat's ass about it. When we have these gangs going as far north as Minnesota, that's scary. The public corruption of politicians and law enforcement, and it doesn't matter what party you're in, it's happening. Because some of these people, they have a choice. You take the bribe, or you're going to be dead. I mean, which choice would you take? And it's not a difficult choice there to make. Some factions of the Gulf and Los Zetos cartels routinely make as much or more from illegal immigration than from narcotics. And I've been saying this for a while now. By the Democrats allowing open borders, they are fueling these cartels. Now they say, well, if you close the borders, you're going to be financing the cartels. And that immediately triggered, and I started looking into it and said, no, that's what is financing the cartels big time right now. I mean, it's an easy way to get the drugs across the border. It's easy. Sitting here with these open borders and paying, these cartels get paid to run these people across easily. Yeah, will they still do it if there's a wall? Yes. But there's not going to be as much. It's going to be too expensive for most immigrants to come across that way. So it's going to slow the money flow down to these cartels. But of course, that's what the Democrats want. They enjoy helping criminals, terrorists. I'll add cartels now to the list. They just enjoy it. They love it. That's their party platform. How can we help the criminal element even more? I don't know. And this blew my mind. MSNBC counter-terrorist analyst calls for ISIS bombing of Trump's property. And in another extraordinary outburst, MSNBC counter-terrorist Malcolm Nance calls on the Islamic State to bomb a building owned by Trump in the Turkish city of Istanbul. Wow. That needs an investigation by the FBI, and that one should be given charges for helping terrorists. He put out a tweet with a photo of a Trump property in Istanbul and said, "This is my nominee for the first ISIS suicide bombing of a Trump property." He later deleted the tweet, but has yet to issue an apology or an explanation. I know if I had done that, holy snikes, I would have FBI, Secret Service so far up my ass, I think I'd be getting a top-to-bottom colonoscopy. Hands-on. I just dumbfounded. And this guy's supposed to be a counter-terrorist analyst. He sounds like he's part of ISIS anymore. The hysteria is almost funny. Almost. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. I said I'm trying. Ah, crap. Just close the article I was going to talk about because I find it funny. Sean Hannity's site has an article how Hillary's now frantically trying to find who the leakers are again. She wants to know who are the leakers of talking about how bad the campaign was. Hillary Clinton is conducting a full-fledged investigation, desperate to find which insider leaked embarrassing campaign information to the authors of a new tell-all book. Reports the New York Post. The Clintons are frantically searching for the staffer and workers that had intimate knowledge of critical moments from Hillary's doomed 2016 campaign, which including details regarding the night she lost the election and conceded to Donald Trump. Damn it, I got something in the back of my throat. The insider information could only have come from someone within the inner circle. The shocking detailed outline in the shattered inside Hillary Clinton's doomed campaign by reporters Jonathan Allen, and Amy Perns highlight the campaign's infighting and indecision as it tried to cope with Donald Trump's unconventional tactics. I said at the beginning of the campaign, one of the things I liked about Trump is Democrats have the book on how to defeat Republicans. They've had it. They didn't know how to fight against Trump. He was an unknown. They didn't have the book. See, they can't win battles like that. If you ignore the rules for radical tactics they use, you can win an election against them with ease. Don't buy into all the negatives. And what appeared to be a coordinated attempt to dispel stories of infighting and chaos within the campaign, former Hillary staffers have taken to posting photos of themselves during happy times. Yeah, stage photos during the campaign proves there was no infighting. And if you take a look, you can see how staged it was. I mean, a lot of this stuff that they're talking about happened in private, not on jets, not in, events. Just because you post a couple of happy photos doesn't mean that everybody's lovey-dovey. I mean, people post pictures of Stalin, and a lot of people smiling around him, the same people that didn't like him. Smiles don't mean anything. I can smile. I know a lot of people smile when they get that colonoscopy. They're not enjoying it, but they're smiling. Oh, it's... I'm laughing about that. It really is funny. I know I kind of got sidetracked there, but it's kind of funny. This same idiot that is calling for ISIS to bomb Trump is the same idiot that called Trump the ISIS candidate following his victory. They don't know which way to go. Okay, we're going to... hang on. hate when that happens. Small pop-up and you don't realize it. First he's working for ISIS, and now they want ISIS to hit him, you know. Which way does it go? They don't know. They have no clue which way to be pointing. So they try every which way, thinking it will do something. And it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm not impressed with the Democrat Party. They're just a failing. They can't even look at themselves right now and say, okay, these are our problems. America doesn't want us going this direction. Maybe we need to relook at our values and go from there. This supposed expert on counterterrorism, and he doesn't seem to know his ass from a hole in ground. Seems like maybe he's more part of them than anybody else. He has described terror acts connected to Islamism as let's see. He described the terrorists responsible for the bulldozing of civilians with a truck in Nice as a mentally unstable person. Orlando nightclub shooter Omar Mateen as suffering from a psychosexual problem, and the San Bernardino mass shooting as a hybrid of act of terrorism / workplace violence. Oh. The stupidity is strong. I'm just... The Democrat Party's doing everything. The liberals are trying to do everything to protect these scumbags. And it doesn't make sense to me. They say they love the country, but they're doing everything they can to kill Americans. They're doing everything to protect the enemies. They're trying to protect criminals, murderers. I just... doesn't make sense. I'm at a loss with it. I don't understand what they get out of it. Unless they're trying to tear this country down so goddamn far that they'll be the only ones they'll be the only ones there to pick. It just doesn't make sense. And it's gone beyond politics anymore. Way beyond. I'm just at a babbling, stuttering loss to try to even think why the Democrat Party would be so blatant and open to protecting our enemies, why they would be protecting criminals, cartels, open borders. They I don't know. I guess it's going to be what it's going to be, and we just got to fight back against the Democrat Party. As much as I don't want an all-conservative government, I do believe we need a yin and yang type thing. Maybe it's time that we put them down so hard that they have no choice but to reevaluate their motives. And just to clarify what I mean by putting it down so hard, I mean along the lines of making them lose so many elections. It's ridiculous what it is. The joke. The whole party's turning into a joke. Not a funny joke either. Not many people are laughing at what's going on. I know I'm not laughing. I don't find any of this funny. I find it sick, depraved. I don't know. What I do know is you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and Hi. I don't know why I still do. It's been a while since I've been on that station. I don't even think it exists right now. The owner got an offer and shut that down for now, and he's doing something else. And damn. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. This one, I can't believe I'm going to be actually saying this, but Aaron Hernandez is dead, which I really couldn't give a rat's ass about. The guy was a murdering scumbag. Had it all and gave it up for gang life. But something doesn't sound right that Friday he gets absolved, found not innocent of a double homicide. And then several days later, he hangs himself. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. Because why do you go and hang yourself when you've just been absolved of a double murder? You should be celebrating. But instead, you go and kill yourself? That just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you go and kill yourself when you just got away with a double murder? Now, what's the one thing I didn't realize until today is it may make sense due to the fact that the day he kills himself is the day that the Patriots went to the White House to celebrate their Super Bowl championship. But still, that's doesn't seem doesn't add up. I know. It does. Probably thinking too much of it. I'm not for protecting criminals. And hey, he saved us a lot of money by offing himself. That's what he really did. But justice is justice. And if someone murdered him, they need to be held accountable. But if this guy had killed himself, hey, he saved us a lot of damn money. A lot of money. Taking care of his worthless ass for how many years. What pissed me off, this guy had everything. He had the world in his hand. He was with the New England Patriots and being successful. So why do you throw that away like he did? It's like, how dumb can you be? Throw your life away for an illegal lifestyle. I just will not get it. Have the world in your hand and you give it all away. That's pretty dumb. And there's no nice way of putting it. You had the world in your hand and you shit it away. It just... He had a chance for a great life. And he gave it away for... I don't know what, drugs? Gang life? And he killed a friend of his. That's what he was convicted of. That's the scary part. But a lot are saying that he died many years ago, the day his father died. That's when his life really took a turn for the worse. That's when his life went to hell. And a lot are saying in and then the attorney, the defense attorney, after winning that double homicide, was looking at appealing the murder conviction. And he gets off the double murder. His attorney thinks he can get off his current murder case. So what does he do? He kills himself. I don't know. It just doesn't add up to something that would be smart. You ruined your life, ruined your career for what? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. That's what you ruined your life for. And there's no turning back. Especially even if he got off those charges, there was never turning back. Never. He destroyed his life. I don't know. So the Iraq vice president is saying that ISIS and its rival al-Qaeda are considering joining forces as U.S.-backed local troops get closer to pushing al-Baghdadi's group out if its last major stronghold in Iraq, Mosul, falls. Citing unnamed regional sources, Vice President Alawi said in an interview Monday, the discussion has started now. There are discussions and dialogue between messengers representing ISIS, Baghdadi, and representing Al-Qaeda chief Allah Zawahiri. Oh, man, these names killing me. The Iraq vice president did note that it remains unclear how exactly the two groups would collaborate. He said he can't see ISIS disappearing into thin air. They will remain covertly in sleeping cells, spreading their venom all over the world. ISIS broke away from Al-Qaeda in 2014. The Al-Qaeda leader has blasted ISIS for its brutality, which often involves decapitations, drownings, burnings, and there's a host of atrocities they have committed. Until recent months, the two groups have been fiercely fighting one another for influence, territories, and recruits. The deadly battles between the two groups have seemingly subsided, likely given ISIS' preoccupation with the U.S.-backed offensive in Iraq. where an Iraq general recently said the group controls less than 7% of the territory. This year, both groups released propaganda videos threatening China. Both Baghdadi and Zawahiri, exactly, have labeled China an enemy. Is it me, or they just keep expanding and pissing off countries? Just adding to who they're going to attack? You would think they would just right now concentrate on one and stop adding and adding and adding to the list of countries to piss off. I don't know. Trying to hang on 1 second. Getting the other wife loaded up. Because I know this name. Come on. Zawahiri. Oh, that was Zawahiri. But they're labeling China as an enemy now. You know, that's... Nevertheless, the ISIS video also takes aim at the al-Qaeda affiliate that threatened China, the Turkestan Islamic Party. In recent years, al-Qaeda has capitalized on the U.S.-led coalition nearly single-minded focus to annihilate ISIS. However, the group is facing mounting pressure from U.S. President Donald Trump's administration, particularly its most dangerous branch, the Yemen-based al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. The U.S. military and some Afghan officials have said that ISIS has worked together with its rival in Afghanistan, the Taliban, and the al-Qaeda ally. Echoing FBI Director James Comey on Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security John Kelly warned that ISIS foreign fighters might seek to attack the United States once they return to their homeland following the collapse of the terrorist group in the Middle East. I've said it, when you're attacking them, you're on the offensive. You don't allow them to sit back. Oh, get bored and decide, what are you going to do today? Let's go attack America. You have them constantly defending. They can't go on the offensive. But if we defeat them in these areas, which we should, it'll then give them time to regroup. That's why I say we should annihilate this group so hard, so nasty, that they would be afraid to step up against the country again. Sort of like with what we did with Japan. We hit them so hard, so bad. To this day, they're still afraid to even disagree with us. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless.
God bless it. I got like a piece of tape on the bottom of my foot. I just can't, god dang, reach it.
Sitting in the chair and I can't reach it. So I'm going to have to wait. Oh, where are we going to go next? It's amazing how these groups are trying to cover up this attack in Fresno. Fresno paper was mocking some of the news about these attacks, and It's funny now. Oh, Russia has now moved military to North Korea border. This could be very bad. This is not a good thing, people. Hang on. I'm trying to pull the article up, and then we'll get discussing it. It's supposedly Russia is preparing for nuclear war against North Korea. And at that point, who do we back? I don't think Russia should be allowed to, if this is true, launch if need be war. I think there's enough countries that can get together. With Russia going up against North Korea, if that's what they're doing. I'm finishing something else up that I'm going to get to the article and take a look. China is not going to back. Sorry for being a little quiet. It's weird. It seems they're putting military because they feel that the United States is on the verge of war with North Korea. I don't see that. Could we show a little force in North Korea soon? Yes. But I don't think we're going to go start a massive war with them. That said, I could be wrong. Because any provocation by the United States is going to cause North Korea to lose their shit. If North Korea step up anything, it's going to cause us to smack them around. I don't know. Oh, man, it is I don't know. But what they're doing is Russia is putting military on the border because they're expecting a massive influx of North Korean refugees. I guess that's to keep from fleeing into Russia. But what it is they're showing trains relocating the heavy military equipment to a region as helicopters conduct drills overhead. Railroad trains loaded with military equipment moving towards Primorsky region via have been noticed by locals, reported a local Eastern Russian newspaper. The movement of military equipment by different means of transportation to southern areas being observed across Primorsky region over the past week, said a Russian military expert. Many relate this to the situation in the Korean Peninsula. I don't know. We can't keep allowing North Korea to be this unstable. We can't. We can't keep up status quo as it is. It's not healthy. It's not good. I know those people have been brainwashed to think that North Korea is the answer, but, it's not the answer. It's split. You know, sometimes war is necessary, unfortunately. Not saying that Korea is there yet, but we're close. Their rhetoric, they're constantly trying to... the only reason why I say that we're not there yet is the failures that they're having with their rockets. But sooner or later, they're going to figure it out. They're going to get enough of China's equipment to finally launch one. And maybe they're figuring out that maybe China isn't being so helpful as they thought. That China's giving them bad parts, bad designs. Because they're now working with Syria and Iran. And those three nutcases together. Now that is a huge shitstorm waiting to happen. That is a huge shitstorm just waiting to happen. You get those three people together, and it's like the Three Stooges of the worst countries to think of to get together. And it could be pretty scary for the world if that were to happen. I don't foresee China really getting involved. They're more interested in economics than protecting North Korea. Now, I'm pretty sure if we encroached into China, we attacked China, that would set them off. But at this point, China is more interested in the economic aspects of the world than trying to protect their crazy neighbor. I think they have realized just how crazy North Korea is and how unstable and how it's causing them more heartache than anything. So it's never a good situation when these countries start to act up. And you know what? I think too many people forgot what real war was about. I'm talking World War II war. Too many of these leaders forgot what that is about. And I honestly think that's we're on our way to. And that is never a good thing. Oh. It's scary, the world we're living in. It's messed up, the world we are living in. We are living in a time of uncertainty. A time of what are these leaders truly capable of? Can they, will they make the wrong decisions and put us into a worse situation than we need to be put into? And the Democrat Party is not making matters worse. The two parties in our country are at it so bad, they're just after who can screw who the most at this point. Instead of saying, shit, we got a fucked up world out there. Let's try working together. I don't know. It's never a good thing when our world leaders can't get along like we have nowadays. I see the Facebook Live murderer, Steve Steffens, has killed himself. I know that happened Tuesday in Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful thing. He kind of took the easy way out, but it also saves us a lot of goddamn money. Man had 10 children. Or no, sorry, the man he killed had 10 children. Jesus. And Facebook Live is kind of scary because it's giving an outlet for these it gives them an outlet for these nut jobs. It's not Facebook's fault. But they're doing nothing to help solve the issue. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. And how you doing? We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catherine is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Today's day and age, can't really do it. Hang on. Can't type. Oh, I don't know where to go. It's... I love this one. And... It's... the irony. Hang on. the irony within the left and their little tirades they've been throwing. We'll take the California exit, the CalEx. They wanted to succeed. The guy that was really big behind it and started and had a petition in. Well, he's living in Russia. He's giving up his plead and petition for California to succeed from the United States because he's now living in Russia permanently. And it's just funny. And other groups are pissed off. The group he was with, they're shutting it down. Even though he left, they're shutting it down because now there's this stench of Russia connected. After the left cried and cried and cried about Russia interference and Russia working with the Republicans, Russia working with Trump. But yet all the ties and evidence point towards the left, including this leader of this movement that tried to embarrass Trump. Yeah. He's living in Russia. And it's so funny because I always hear about California and it can support itself. Why is it so damn broke? It has a high economy underneath our umbrella. They get a shitload of financial money from the federal government. Without the U.S. government, California would fail. It would not stand on its own. It would fall quickly. Financially and possibly invasion-wise. That's the hysterical part about it. Is these people, they sit there and they think, oh, well, we have a lot of money. We make a lot of money in this state. We can survive on our own. Doesn't always work that way. Who's going to protect you military-wise? You think just because you say you're not with America, everybody's going to leave you alone? No. You think you can police your own state? And how about when you have these major disasters? You run to the federal government for help. You've done it, 3 or 4 times under Trump already. So if you can sustain yourself, why are you running to the federal government for emergency funds? If you can sustain yourself, there would be no need. Why? Because you can't. But if you want to leave, there's the door. Without California, the Democrats would have a damn hard time winning another national election. 55 electoral votes right off the top. They forget that part. Dropped 55 points off of Hillary's total. And tell me what you have. Take the numbers of the populist vote away from Hillary and tell me where she's at. I'm not impressed, but I find it funny that all the fingers are pointed at Trump for the collusion with Russia, but all the evidence points back with a big neon sign on the Democrat Party. And these liberal supporters. They thought it was funny in 2012 when Romney pointed out that Russia would be a world threat. Obama protected Russia in that stance. But I don't hear anybody bitching there was collusion. Hillary's connection to Russia runs deep and wide. Along with her campaign chairman, had heavy ties to Russia. When we deal with businessmen, people that sit on boards and all that, you're going to have connections all over the world. Doesn't mean you're not cahooting together. There's no collusion. But the Democrat Party throws up the red herring to distract simpletons. They're holding up the keys, shaking them, saying, look at this. Look at my keys. Not paying attention that they're stealing your fucking car from you. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. The petition to succeed from the United States has been withdrawn at this time. There's other groups, because they're shutting down this one group. What is it? Yes, California is getting shut down because of the connection to Russia. And it's going to follow that whole movement from top to bottom because one of the major players lives in Russia. They think that they've gotten rid of the baggage of Russian ties. They think they got rid of the baggage from the Russian ties, but it will follow them around for as long as I could see. All right, there was a major shakeup at Fox, if anybody didn't see. And it is, I should say there's more than a little shakeup. Bill O'Reilly is no longer, and the O'Reilly factor is no longer with Fox News. Whether it was false accusations or true accusation, he is gone. Never liked the man. So, don't know if he should have lost his job, even though I don't like him. But it is what it is. So the shakeup that's going on now, Tucker Carlson is moving to the 8 o'clock slot. That man is getting a pretty good kick, in a good way, from all of these, the shakeup in Fox News Network. So Tucker Carlson will move to the 8 o'clock spot. The 5, which is on at 5 o'clock, will now move to 9 o'clock. Eric Boland's being replaced by Jesse Waters. And the 5 o'clock slot, Eric Bollins will have a new show and be hosting it at 5 o'clock. So is the 5 going to change its name to the 9? I don't know if they can keep the 5 because it's not on at 5. It's hang on. Don't these people understand these anti-fascist marches, the violence? They're getting violent against Le Pen now. And it's only going to help her. people are going to look at that and say, this is what we're against. Maybe there's something is about her. So somebody that may not have voted for her, just as there was people that weren't going to vote for Trump, but those violent protests, shutting down a free speech that the left did, pushed a lot of people over the lines to vote for Trump. Venezuela's authorities take over General Motors plant. That's funny. A gun-controlled dictator promises guns to each social militant. So they're arming the military while the people remained unarmed. Socialism, ain't it great, people? Of course, North Korea is shooting their mouth off, saying North Korea promises more missiles tests and all-out war if the U.S. interferes. More buzzing. Now with the O'Reilly getting canned, oh my God, the left are. You think they just won the Super Bowl. Holy shit, the show's going by already. It's that time already. I want to thank everybody for being here today, and I want to wish everybody a great day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow, 11 a.m. for the Reaver of Common Sense show. Have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.